Good morning, everybody, with another Walk and Talk with Brian. It's 7 a.m. I'm Brian Gallagher, physical therapist from Meg Academy, and I like to do these quick little videos to share with you some of the problems that other owners have communicated to me in the past week, month, year, decade. This one just came to me just yesterday, though, and let me know if this has ever happened to you guys. This email came in and the owner said, "Brian, I wish I got in touch with you sooner. I was watching your video on recruitment and personnel, and I realized that I may have made a big mistake. I had a physical therapist come into my office last week asking for more money, saying that they were looking at other opportunities, and I immediately gave them $10,000 more in their salary and gave them a director position." So he says, "I think I may have made a big mistake. I really would hope that you could call me and we could talk about this on how I could, fix the situation." I said, "Well, the fix the situation is not to do that, number one. When somebody comes to your office and they're threatening you, because you gotta, you really, as an owner, as an executive, you have to have your skills to observe the situation for what it really is. If somebody's coming to you and saying, 'Hey, look, I love it here. I want to take a greater role and responsibility here. I want to play a bigger game. I want to be able to make greater exchange, have a greater exchange while working here. What opportunities do you have for me?' That's different. That's somebody who wants to wear your jersey and who wants to contribute to your group as a part of the team, right? As a part of the group dynamic. Somebody who comes to you and says, 'I just need more money or I'm walking,' or 'you need to give me something that I want because I want it,' well, that's somebody who's just out for themselves. That's somebody who's just interested in their own, selfish gain. And two major problems with that. Well, first of all, that is somebody who needs to be coached as to how to play appropriately on a team. So you have to be able to say, 'Wow, I didn't see that coming. Come on into my office. Let's have a conversation. What about your job don't you like? What about your job is working for you? How are you winning? How are you losing?' You know what I mean? Like, don't use those words, but find out where they're at professionally within the position. And then say to them, 'Look, I'm not in the habit of underpaying my people. I'm not in the habit of, not allowing people to grow to the greatest responsibility level that they can. So I'm also not in the habit of, adjusting people's salaries just because. Because in your policy and procedure manual, you should have had this understood and you should have had this clarified when you first hired them. Like I said, step number one is for this never to happen to you. It should be clarified. When I hire somebody, I say, 'Oh, and by the way, you can never, ever, ever come talk to me about a salary adjustment unless it's raise time. Unless it's performance review time where we're sitting down at the table and we're talking about the future upcoming year and we're looking at future opportunities, that's when we'll have this discussion. You can't just come to my office, knock on my door, and ask for more money just because. Literally, that is never going to happen. Because if you don't make that known right up front, boy, oh boy, you're open season. Now, number two, if somebody comes in there asking for more money because they have a personal situation that just changed, these things happen. Say, "I know the policy is I'm not supposed to talk to you about this, but I recently had a situation change in my home life, and my husband left me, and my wife left me, whatever, and I got to raise my kids by myself. I've got to look for opportunities to make more money." Hey, I appreciate that. Totally understand that. But you know what? I'm not your sugar daddy. I am not the guy who has to wear that condition. I'm not the one who has to be responsible for that financial need. But I am the employer and I do value you as an employee, so let's sit and talk. What role and responsibility would you like to take? What greater exchange would you like to put in here so that I can consider a higher level of exchange back with you? Do you want to become a senior clinician? Do you want to become a mentor clinician? Do you want to become a clinical director? Well, okay, that's fine. Now, step three. I will give you an opportunity to do that, but you're going to be in training. You're going to be clinical director in training. You're going to be senior mentor in training. You're going to be whatever it is that I'm going to give you as a greater responsibility in training with no salary adjustment. You don't adjust the salary and pay people greater compensation until they've proven that they can wear that hat, until they've proven that they can produce the products of that new role. Okay? Your goal as an owner and as an executive is to provide your employees with opportunities, not to provide them with pay. Pay is in exchange for their product. Somebody can't just come to me and say, "Hey, I want to do the same thing I've been doing. Could you pay me $10,000 more?" Let me think about that. No. The answer is no. What do you think? I'm going to go to Blue Cross and say, "Hey, things have changed, I'd love to get like $5 more per visit." It's not going to happen. And I know I'm sounding sarcastic, but I hope you guys understand. I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to be like a little impinging here to make a point. You can't do it. If you do that, your payroll's going to get out of control, your net profit's going to go to zero, and you're going to start taking it out of your pay. So there you go. Hold the line, be an owner, be disciplined. One of the characteristics of ownership is discipline. I hope that helps you.